All right, good. I think they're coming through that door here right now. Fantastic. Let's give the water people a hand. You don't have any more water? All right, so then when they hook it up, then we'll do this. Is that all right?
Good.
Yes. Oh, you have some, Yvette? Oh, fantastic. Miss Reed, saved the night. Y'all give her a hand. All the way from New York City. That's right. We have another young lady here from New York City too. Raise your hand, ma'am. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, y'all don't want to clap. Why y'all acting like that? Let's add a little bit of this Kangen water to this Fiji and see what happens. You notice that it changed it, right? Mm-hmm. Now what about Zephyr Hills? Just a little bit. You find that it changed it? Mm-hmm. What about Aquafina? Let's just give Aquafina a drop. Wow. You see that? Yes. What about Sam's Club? What about Desani? And this is from the audience, okay? Change it, neutralize it right there. We're going to save period because we know what's going to happen with that. Evian. Come on, change it. A little purple. It's almost there. It's almost there. Still a little purple there. Then we have this one here, Zephyr Hills. See what happened? Now, I hate to waste the water like this, but we got to do it. This is Perrier. The bottom line is I can fill this up and keep running it over. They're still not going to change. Sprite. Let's look at Sprite. The same thing. It would take 32 glasses of Kangen water to neutralize 1 glass of Sprite. 32 glasses of Kangen water to neutralize seltzer water. And get this, when you add Sprite right back into your diet, you see, we call that backsliding. You know, when you know better, you still go and do your own thing. Now watch what happens when you add just a little bit of Sprite, just a little bit. Just a little bit. What do you see? Zephyr Hills, alkaline, Sprite, like the devil, ain't it? Sam's Club is true, right? That was the truth. Look at that. Desani, same thing. Sprite is bad all by itself. Sprite don't need any help at all. Evian. Huh? Yeah, pour Evian. There you go. Now this is here is, what is it? Nestle. A little bit of Sprite there. Still changing, but let's see what happens now if we just put this a little drop in there just in case it doesn't want to change right now. What do you see?
Don't drink that no more.
And then, that's right, then Sprite over here in the Kangen water. So what I'm saying is that Sprite is bad all by itself. But I'm going to tell you, not only Sprite, ginger ale will do the same thing. Make no mistake about it. Any soda will do the same thing. And if you're already on medications, trust me, when you add this acid to your body, all you're doing is making it worse. Making it worse. Isn't it sad? Y'all heard about Gerald Levert? 40 years old. Heart attack. Guaranteed. He's overloaded with acid. Overloaded. You see, I mean, it's not because he's a bad person. It's just that your body can only take but so much. And when you keep putting, you keep adding to it, this is what's going to happen. So now I'm done with this. Now let's keep it moving. Is that okay? Y'all ready to see some money? Yeah. But first we need to talk about first of all, before we talk about the money, don't we need to have some testimonies? Yeah. Yes, fantastic. I know we have some testimonies in the room tonight. We're going to take about 4, maybe 4. And maybe 4 testimonies? Yes. 4, okay. We have one here. All right, come on down. Let's give this young lady a hand, everybody. How you doing?
My name is Sakuma Romano, and I just heard about water today. And I'm a grandmother of 11 kids and have 6 children. And Wednesday night, I've been suffering for the past probably month or so with my knees. And I went to South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina.
All right.
And I went there to help my mother out because she had bad knees, and plus she had Alzheimer's, and we were trying to help her out and get a nurse in with her and all. And when I came back home, my knees were worse than hers. And I thought, well, I prayed for her, and now my knees all messed up. It came on over on me. But I think it was God doing this in a way so that he could show up and show out like he does with this. And and my girlfriend, Sandra, introduced me to it today. She called me. She says, I got some water, and you need to test this. Because I think because you like a lot of health food, I go to a kinesiologist who gives me herbs and stuff for vitamins. I said, okay, I'll come and check it out. And so I told my sister, she says, that's water, this, and they have a purifier in their kitchen, but she didn't believe in this. She didn't know what it was. So I said, okay, I'll go check it out for myself because I was interested. I got to Sandra's house, and she showed me all the little things that you just did, the alkaline and testing it. And then she gave me a half a glass of water. I drank it, and then I left. And I went pick up my son from work, and we were walking through Kmart to find him a belt. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I can move this leg. Wait a minute.
That's right.
Wait 1 second. And I got to my son's house. I said, boy, I just drank a half a glass of this water this lady just told me about, and I'm moving my legs. He said, that is nothing no water. I said, watch this, and I did it. He couldn't believe it. Because Wednesday night we were going to church, I couldn't get in his van, I had to step up. So I had to, he said, oh, Mom, just turn around and sit down and slide in. And I said, I had to do. Well, today I can step up and get in his van, so I was supposed to be babysitting tonight, but the wife said that his wife said she wanted to stay home, and they went to the concert. So I called Sandra. I said, well, I want to go to that meeting that you're going to. I said, where is she? She said, Miami. I said, okay, I'll pick you up. Let's go. And this is how I got here. And my leg feels wonderful. And I figured if a half glass to do that in an hour would a whole body do. And for the rest of
All right, fantastic.
I forgot one thing. I'm supposed to wear driving glasses at night. And when I went to South Carolina, my driving glasses didn't even help. So I had to get a stronger version of the glasses. But everything was blurred. And I hate glasses because I never wore glasses in my life. And tonight I was driving and I had forgotten all about my glasses. In fact, I left them home. And I started looking. I said, wait a minute, Sandra, I can see that sign. I'm seeing signs, I'm seeing license plates with cars going by, and it's not blurred. I'm drinking some of that water, I can't drink.
You know what, I'm going to tell you something. I remember when Reggie and I went to Sandra's house. Remember that, Reggie? Because I had missed the meeting at a church when I first came down here. He said to me, I want to take you around. We went to Sandra's house, and first thing Sandra said is, listen, how much does it cost? We told her, I don't have no money. I do this, I don't want to know, I don't have no money. So I said, well, listen. We came all the way here to tell you about it, just listen. We started talking. By the time we were done showing her the demonstration, she and her husband both standing like this. Now, not only did she decide she wanted the machine, she filled up every pot she had in the house of water, every jug. She emptied stuff out of the jugs, and I'm giving everybody some of this water. But let me tell you something. Not only did she go from not wanting the machine to buying the machine, but paying extra to have it shipped the very next day. Right. And she drank 1 glass of the water. I think, how many glasses? It was 3 glasses of the water that night prior to going to bed, and her high blood pressure the next morning when she got it was normal. Normal. Are y'all hearing me? And that's exactly what's been happening. This is no joke. It's no joke. So we have some more testimonies? Yes. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Your name?
Pamela Brown.
Pamela Brown.
I'm Pamela Brown. And I purchased the machine after a demonstration. I think the last time you had it at your friend's house. And last night, I'm just going to tell you about last night. It has been doing phenomenal things for me. I know because I'm a diabetic, and I had my aches and pains, and my pressure went down. This finger, I could not bend like this. It would only go about right there because it was like, I guess it was arthritis in my joint. But last night, my husband had gotten food poisoning. And I said to him, he says, oh, where's the Pepto-Bismol? Let me get the Pepto. I said, no. I say, drink some Kangen water. And he drank some, and then he drank some more. And he laid down. And that morning, when he woke up, his stomach, you know, if anybody have ever had food poisoning, it'd be a couple of days before it leaves. The next, it was gone. It didn't even keep him up all night, his stomach. So, it's good. I know, because I'm a testimony.
Wow. I'm hearing these testimonies for the very first time, so this is really amazing. I know we have a young lady in the Reggie. Okay, come. Yes, ma'am. And your name is, ma'am?
Thelma McKnight.
Thelma McKnight. All right, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi. My name is Thelma McKnight. About 5 years ago, I had a hemorrhagic stroke. Do we have any nurses in the audience? Okay. Well, what a hemorrhagic stroke is, it was a bleeding stroke. And the bleeding was a few centimeters from my brainstem. And it left me to the point wherein I couldn't walk up and down the stairs unless I was going and then drag another foot up, but I would have to go one step at a time. Well, now I can go up and down the stairs, and last night I was so excited because, and I told Ann, I said, look what I can do. And I just went up and down the stairs, and I wasn't holding on to the rails or anything. And boy, you don't know, that made me feel really, really good. I've been drinking the Kangen water for about a month. But 5 days after I started drinking the Kangen water, I had to go to the doctor. That was just a regular appointment. And when I went in, it was my time. The nurse tested my blood pressure, and it was 118/72. And she says, So the doctor came in, and she looked at the chart. She says, 118/72. She says, let me just check it again. And when she checked it, it was 118/72. So she wasn't satisfied testing this arm. She said, well, let me just test the other arm. It was 118/72. Let me tell you, this water really, really works. About 4 or 5 days ago, I had to have a colonoscopy. At first, I was a little leery about it. And I told my friend here, I don't care what they find, they can find an elephant if they want to. I will not, if it's negative or something bad, I will not do chemotherapy. I will drink the Kangen water. And after I saw that, yes, I will. And I talked to the doctor a couple of days. He asked if I would call. I called. He says, I didn't find anything that's really negative. He says, but I would like for you to drink, to eat more fiber in your diet. I said, don't worry. You don't have to do anything to worry about. I will, I promise. Okay? So I'm eating different, and I'm feeling better every day. And today, let me tell you, I wasn't able to, put that little step in my walk. I got out of the car to go in Publix, and I said, ooh. I said, now I'm getting back to normal. But I tell you, it really, really works. And don't leave here without taking advantage of the opportunity. The Japanese have made it very affordable for you. It's amazing, okay? Now I'm gonna shut up and sit down in a minute because I used to struggle to speak. I had what I had to say in my mind. It was there, but I couldn't get it out. And to talk to you like this, and I haven't done this in 5 years. I haven't been able to do this, you know? And you don't know, I am so happy. And this has only been maybe about a month. That's 4 weeks. Can you imagine? I mean, I couldn't talk to you like this. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna sit down. And I'm gonna give this back to the
Oh man, I'm saying, this awesome? Is this awesome or what?
Yes.
I know you have a testimony. All right, then okay, we'll take 2 more. 'Cause I know Reggie has a very
you know, when I retired from the Air Force, I sold a lot of potions, lotions, gadgets, widgets. And when my family saw me coming, they run the other way. So I was real skeptical about doing anything. I just drank the water, and I just kind of kept a low profile. But I went to the doctor the other day, and my blood pressure was 120/80. It's never been that. So hey, this stuff works.
Oh, the testimonies are flying in now. Yes, it is. We have this young lady who's coming, and then we'll take you. Okay. You're gonna get your chance too. It's good to hear. It's good to hear from other people, isn't it? LaDonna, there's a lady in front of you. But come on down, LaDonna, sit there. That lady's right there, and then you got this one, right, Rachel? All right. How you doing, ma'am? Your name?
Shirley Martin.
Shirley Mines.
Martin.
Okay.
Yeah. About a month and a half ago, I had a urinary tract infection. I had a urinary tract infection, and I was sick, and I was having pain all everywhere. You know, at first I didn't know what it was, and I was getting sick, and I was losing urine, and I couldn't control it at all. So I started drinking the Kangen water, and things started happening, just like you saw that water, and the Kangen water in the Sprite. That's where my urine was. I was having I was hemorrhaging, but the blood was separated from the water. It was Kangen water I was drinking, and the blood was separated from the water. I went to the doctor. The doctor couldn't find anything. They couldn't find any infection or anything, but after I went back to the hospital, I went to the emergency room because I was still hemorrhaging. But the doctor still couldn't find anything. Cause, and I looked at when I gave the specimen, the water was separated from the blood. And I said, this is very, very strange. Now, there's something about this Kangen water. It wouldn't even hold the blood. You see that?
Wow.
And I was telling one of my friends, I said, something strange about this. I don't know what's going on, but something is strange. You know, you go to see when you're hemorrhaging and you're urinating, the blood is in the urine. Right. But it was separated from the urine. And I've never seen anything like that. That's why I got frightened. I said, something's wrong. Something going on. But you know something? Have you seen when you notice your urine, you have a little, sometimes it's yellow. Mine isn't. It's clear.
Wow. Okay, ma'am. Man, ain't this awesome? If you don't have a testimony, you need to get one. I'm telling you. How you doing? Your name?
Sheila Jackson.
Sheila Jackson. All right.
Good evening. My name is Sheila Jackson, and first of all, I'd just like to thank Ann and Ms. Thelma for coming into Orlando in my life because it's been such a blessing in many ways. But I have such an awesome testimony. Today is my birthday, and I turned 47 years old today. I thank the Lord for that, because I have a wonderful birthday, because first of all, a month ago, not maybe since August, I wouldn't have been able to walk up here without limping. They said my mother and my father, they had knee replacement surgeries due to arthritis, and it was starting to affect me. I was walking with a cane about 3 months ago, and now I can walk. I mean, perfect. The doctor said he had me in orthopedic shoes, and I was like, I can't wear heels anymore. And he was like, well, you want to, kind of walk or look pretty? I was like, well, I kind of want to look pretty. And now I have on my heels, but that's one testimony. And Ann and Miss Thelma, they really know that. But I noticed before we got our machine, we used to go to Miss Thelma's house because she had the machine with our water jugs. We had about 5 or 6 gallon water jugs every Sunday going to Miss Thelma's house getting water. And I noticed when I wake up in the morning, I did suffer with asthma because I claim my healing, and I know it's through God sending the Kangen water, that I would wake up every morning and I would be coughing, and I would bring up like thick mucus every morning. And I was like, wow. But I used to have to sleep with an inhaler next to my bed, and I would wake up during the night having to use the inhaler about 3 or 4 times. But I know it's within. We received our machine a week ago, and I mean, me and my husband, all you can hear is Kangen water now. And even our son, he doesn't like water, but now he drinks it. He goes, I like Kangen water. But now I don't even wake up during the night using the inhaler. I have a sound sleep every night. I mean, it's good. I say the day of my birthday, and I feel great. I feel like I'm about 20 years old. It's bad when you're suffering and you're in pain. I was in pain for 3 months with my knee. And not only that, suffering with asthma. And I'm exercising now. I have a trainer. I lost 5 pounds. I lost about 10 inches around here. She weighed me the other night. And I lost 7 inches off my waist. So I'm telling you now, if you're in this room tonight, it's not a coincidence. It's not an accident. Is here, and we need to go out here and tell our families and our friends. I mean, I talk to people every day. Somebody's suffering with this, or somebody's suffering with that. And it's like, we have to be educated and understand about our health, because our families are leaving us from young. Like you said, you heard about Gerald Levert dying yesterday, that everybody get on a health kick for a minute. But this is serious. We have to save our generations. We have to save our children now from being small, drinking all these sodas and drinking all this fruit punch. It's not good. We have to teach and educate our people. So, don't take this for being an accident that you're here today. Thank you.
Awesome. And happy birthday. Thank you. Now we have LaDon, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Reggie, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the money. We have one more after this, and that's it. And the rest of you, we'll hear from you another time. How about that? You have Big Mouth? All right, go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is LaDon. I am from West Palm Beach, and the first time I met Tamir was in West Palm Beach. Whenever I was at a service station and I met Mr. Powell, and he asked me, did I want to make a life-changing experience, and I was sick, and I said yes. But see, everybody need to know, when God is ready to bless you, you have to be ready to receive it. That's right. You have to open your ears to hear what people have to say. So he asked me if I could make a trip down to West Palm Beach. He was trying to give me the directions, but that was the neighborhood I was raised in. So I went to the presentation ill. My neck was crooked. I had a pinched nerve. And as we were sitting there, they were giving out water. When the presentation was over, Reggie gave me a large Zephyr Hill container to bring home because I had traveled from Coral Springs. The next day, I knew that I had to go to the doctor because I was in so much pain, the pinched nerve. When I went to the doctor, usually with medication, my pressure is 157 over 90, 157 over 100. I have a family history. My mother died at 47, high blood pressure. Every sibling, I was the last one to take high blood pressure medication. And I'm 50, and I think that's good because they're taking them now at 18, you see? But anyway, I went to the doctor the next day, and when they took my pressure, the doctor said, Miss Williams, your blood pressure is magnificent. Now this is overnight. It had dropped from 157 over 100 to 130 over 80 overnight. Let me tell you something. I'm not a advocate for anybody but Jesus. That's me. I'm not trying to sell anything for anybody if it's not true. But I did so many tests with this thing. My granddaughter had chicken pox, and they said it was a acid water that would work for the dermatology and all this. She had, it was at the point where it had protruded from her skin with a little black bump. I washed her body in it. The next night, the next morning, when she woke up, every one of them were back to surface. You never seen chicken pox last for 2 days?
No.
2 days she had chicken pox. It usually lasts what? 3 weeks? 2 to 3 weeks. I can believe it. And her mother has a disorder called myasthenia gravis, and it takes away her strength, and she's always tired. I talk on the phone so much, and people call me so much now about Kangen water. She reminds me, Mom, we don't have one more gallon of. Don't give them all the water. Listen, I'm traveling to West Palm Beach to my family. Remember the milkman? I'm telling you, I'm going back and forth to West Palm Beach with nothing but gallons of water, because my people, I want them to live.
That's right.
I want them to live, and you know what? Everybody in here knows somebody with some type of ailment. And it's our duty to tell them. I mean, it really is. And you know what? It's not even about the money. Just give them the water.
Yes.
We just want to see you a little longer. You know, just give them the water. So that's my testimony, okay?
All right.
Phenomenal testimonies. I mean, it's wonderful to see all of you all here in Miami for the first time to see something so phenomenal. This woman here, she's like a sister to me. We've known each other for the last few years through another business, and I thank God for her because she. Okay. Well, I thank God for Ms. Tamia Cologne for leaving her family to come down here to share this opportunity with each and every one of us. She called me a couple of months ago, called me up on the phone and said, Reggie, our former company was going on doing some dips and drabs. And she says, you know, I found something you really need to take a look at. I know I told you about it before, but I had a meeting here last night, and I had 20-some people in my house. And 2 of the people, they were ready to get in this business, and the only reason I know them is through you. So I want you to really hear what I want to share with you. I said, come on with it. So she told me about who it was, and I said, well, what I got to do to get started? She said, let's go. Do what you got to do, get started. I got my machine on a Friday before Labor Day, and I got a call from a gentleman that I had met. See, God puts people in your life for a reason, and we're all here. This is not by accident, this meeting this evening, because there's a lot of people that we need to spread this information up through, not just Florida. Y'all know people in Alabama where she's going tomorrow. Y'all know people in New York. But I got a call from a gentleman, Mr. Mitchell Orr. He's in the audience. And he said, he was on the phone, he said, man, my best friend, he and his wife, they've been married for over 42 years. And they have been together forever. They got 6 children, they got 8 grandchildren, but he's hurting right now. And so I said, what's going on? He said, listen, his wife was diagnosed and with cancer. And, you know, I know you know some people in New York, you was telling about these different herbal things. You know, I said, man, I just got this machine. I said, man, I need to come down here and show you what's going on with this thing. I said, put the guy on the phone. He puts him on the phone, and he was really messed up at that time because this is his wife. This is the love of his life. Any of you all who are married here got a partner, like myself, Ms. Cologne, and all the people here that have been with someone for a long time, you know how if they hurt, you hurt. That's right. So I don't want to take any of his time, but I want to bring to the front of the room Mr. James Hall, who actually has brought his wife, who is a living miracle from this water, diagnosed, but I'm not going to take their story because I want them to tell their own story.
All right.
Mr. James Hall, respected in the Miami community, worked for, he can tell you his story better than I can.
I love this brother right here. I'm Step Hall, y'all. That's what they call me. And what Brother Powell is saying is absolutely true. My wife and I have been married for 36 years. We've been together for 40 years. We do have 6 children. Now we have 11 grandchildren. But my wife was taught school for 39 years right here in Dade County. And she retired last June 05. I worked for Dade County as well, building and zoning. I put in 33 years and I retired. We had invested in resort properties, and we have children in different states and what have you. And the plan was for us to just enjoy our retirement, move around a little bit, and kind of live life. But what happened, and we had been up to Carolina. I have a brother who migrated from Miami, went up to Carolina, bought a big spread. You know, he likes to hunt, bought 57 acres up there. We have a daughter and her family who left Miami and moved up to Carolina. And so we had gone up there. We had planned to go to Atlanta, visit some of our other children and what have you. But what happened was my wife began to feel ill. She started to experience pain and she was in weakness. She went to a PCP and you know how they do. They send you here, send you there, this test, that kind of test, and all that kind of stuff. And it just wasn't happening. And I'm watching my wife. And I'm seeing her in excruciating pain. I mean, just bent over in pain. And I said, enough is enough. I got her, honey, let's go. And I took her to the emergency room. And, well, we went through a lot there, too, because you know that the emergency room is not the emergency room anymore. They can just stop that. But what happened is we stuck it out. And that's when she was diagnosed. This past May 4th of this year, she was diagnosed with cancer. And they sugarcoated it with us, and we really didn't know the extent of it until well, God just has a way of doing things. I have to tell y'all that now. Y'all got to bear with me because I have to give honor and praises to God. I mean, I just have to let you know that we're Christians, and we just believe in the power of God. So we had, I mean, pastors were praying. We were in prayer circles, and we were subsequently referred to the oncology group at Baptist Hospital. Well, we went there and you know, they did the colonoscopy and went inside. They put the camera inside and all that. And the result of that was that she had this massive cancerous tumor in her colon, and I mean, it was causing her pain for everything. So not only did she have this tumor, but it had spread. It had spread to her liver. So she had lesions at the liver as well. And what they call it is stage 4 cancer. Y'all know what that means. I don't have to tell you. But the doctor's, the oncologist's recommendation was not for surgery, no, we can't. So they recommended chemotherapy. And so we didn't know. We went along with that, thinking that the doctors know best. So they started treating my wife with this chemotherapy. And what I noticed was that before they even start the chemo, they have to give you other medications first to counteract some of the effects of the chemotherapy. And what happened was we started this chemotherapy treatment. And what I was noticing was that after every treatment, I watched my wife just deteriorate that much more. And now this started in June. And I mean, it was taking her out. I mean, actually taking my wife out. It was destroying her white blood cell count, her red blood cell count. They had to give her injections to boost what was already good to start with, but the chemo was killing it. It was killing the good cells. So what happened is, by the fifth treatment of chemotherapy, this was on August 11th. She received the fifth chemo treatment. And I'm telling you, by this time, my wife was, she was so out of it. It had taken her totally out of the game. She couldn't do anything. Nothing. After the chemo, there would be they would leave her with a machine, that continued to pump this poison into her system, and then I'd have to take her back in a couple of days so they could disconnect the pump, and then I'd have to take her for injections to boost what this stuff was tearing up. And so that happened. So on that, I took her back that Sunday to get this pump disconnected. Well, she was supposed to go back the following Monday, the 14th. By this time, my wife was totally destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. She couldn't eat, couldn't drink, she couldn't do anything, couldn't control her own body functions. Nothing. I was trying to get her ready. I had to do everything. I had to literally take my wife up out of the bed. I would have to take her to the bathroom. I would have to clean her. I would have to bathe her, lotion her down, dress her. I was doing everything, for my wife couldn't do anything. Nothing. That Monday, I was trying to prepare her to get her back out to the hospital. I was saying, enough is enough. And I watched my wife, she just went limp. She just went out. I'm working with her. I have to massage her face, everything. I watch her eyes roll back. She was done. I had to literally pick her up, get her back to the bed, got on the phone with 911 rescue. They came out and they started working on her immediately. Got my wife to the hospital. She stayed there for 3 weeks in the hospital. And all this time, they were treating the effects of the chemotherapy. And it had destroyed her. All the time, you have to keep a close watch on these people now. When you have loved ones in the hospital, you better watch what's going on. Let me tell you, you gotta watch them, because they do all kind of stuff. They over-medicate them. They have their buddies coming in and get a part of the action. Okay, they had psychiatrists coming in. He wants to add this another medication. This, I'm telling you, no. Look, get them on the phone. Okay, no, you don't come back. Okay, now what? In the meanwhile, I'm praying. So, I believe in God as the ultimate healer. Y'all hear me now?
Yes.
I have to go there now. I have to do that because that's what I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm praying to God. And I'm at the hospital all day. I have kids who came from out of town, concerned with their mother. I have one daughter spending the night, because you have to keep a close watch on what's going on. And now, let me tell you this. Like I told them, she doesn't need to be all drugged up like that. What she needs, this is her psychology. My Bible this is the psychology that she needs the Word of God. That's where we are with it. And she has to be awake so she can hear what thus saith the Lord. That was our psychology right there. She had to hear the Word. And we prayed those healing prayers. Y'all hear me now? We prayed those healing prayers every day. And we stayed in the Word of God. When I left the hospital, when I go home 1, 2 o'clock at night, I couldn't sleep. All I could do was pray and cry. Doctor had told me, well, the disease is escalating. The disease is more powerful than the chemotherapy. All right? That's what they were telling me. So I'm going home and I'm praying, I'm crying, I can't sleep, I'm just a total mess. But I can't let my wife see me like this. When I see her, I have to be strong. When my children are there, I have to be strong. This is their daddy. This is her husband. Y'all feel me? But when I go home, I'm alone. Just me and the Lord. So, I can do my crying. And I can make my appeal to him. And I ask him to show me. Now, Lord, you got to show me. Show me in a manner that I can understand clearly what I must do. And then, Lord, I need you to make the resource possible. And God began to do that. And I go home, and I turn on the TV, and then I hear him talking about natural medication for healing. Okay. And I saw Kevin Trudeau's presentation. He wrote the best-selling book on natural healing. And then when I listened to his presentation, the way he broke it down, then I began to understand what was going on here in America, with the doctors here in America. See, it's not about healing here. Y'all need to understand that. And these medications that they're giving you are medications that are approved by the FDA. Now, I heard Sister Cologne talk about that FDA, and I heard her give that disclosure. Now, y'all have to understand why she has to do that, because, with the physicians here in America, see, it's against the law for them, to tell you about alternative healing. They don't do that. Okay, and when I mentioned it to my wife's oncologist, no, we don't do that. That's not what they teach at Harvard. You know, if that was, you know, we don't believe in that. If that was so, then you know, it would be monumental. You know, doctors at Harvard, Yale, all over. You know, all right, okay. So what happened was my wife was abruptly discharged. Okay? She was abruptly discharged from the hospital. My daughter called me. I'm getting ready to go to the hospital. You know, my daughter called me. She said, "Dad, they told me that Mom has been discharged, and they ordered hospital equipment to be delivered at the house today." That put me in a bind. Now I have to be there to receive this equipment. I need to be at the hospital, but because I need to know what's going on here. Who ordered this? So anyway, what happened? Thank you. My wife was in no condition to do anything. When I picked her up from the hospital after receiving the equipment,